What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We got another topic for today's video, and the topic of discussion is Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, a lot of reports coming out about his future remaining uncertain because he hasn't signed an extension yet, right? And this report really sparked a lot of conversations. So let's read it. It says Giannis is reportedly questioning if he can win a title with the Bucks' current roster after they signed Miles Turner and waived Damian Lillard, which I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I saw Damian Lillard was waived, I thought it was a fake post, but upon confirming the accounts that were reporting it, I was like, yeah, this is crazy. But quote from Shams here says he's still in the process of evaluating, asking himself some tough questions, and the questions that I've heard since the Miles Turner trade and the Damian Lillard stretch and wave is, can I win another championship in Milwaukee? Can I win with this roster in 2026 or 2027? Because this roster is going to be the roster of this upcoming year and the year after. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks, they made a couple moves this summer. And at least they're not like the Warriors who made no moves. Granted, I think the Warriors haven't made moves because of Jonathan Kuminga, but yeah, but still. So the moves that the Milwaukee Bucks. So for, of course, the first thing, which was the most surprising, they waived Damian Lillard, who suffered that Achilles injury during the playoffs, which was extremely unfortunate. And they essentially waived him and stretched his remaining $113 million contract. Now, shit, Dame is still, even though Dame got waived, he living, man. He also got that nice contract from Portland, and I think there was a report that came out saying that between Portland and the Milwaukee Bucks, he'll be making upwards of 70,000, about 65 to 70,000 yearly salary. So, and he's back home with Portland with his family. So he winning. But I was still confused. Okay. First of all, when they waived Damian Lillard, I was surprised. But they essentially replaced Lillard with Miles Turner, who I'm not gonna say Miles Turner is a horrible player. He's a pretty good player, but I just don't know if Miles Turner is that, like just championship contending changer for a team, right? So they also re-signed a couple of key role players, Gary Trent Jr., of course, Kevin Porter Jr., Bobby Portis Jr., they retained him, and Jericho Sims, they re-signed. So I mean, if we're being completely honest, this current Bucks roster, it's just not, it's not scary. Like, they're not scaring nobody. They're just not. So we posted a video on the other channel. Check it out whenever you guys can. But let me, okay, so we just dropped this video that speaks on the entire Giannis situation so far that we have. And yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into this. What's going on, YouTube? So just when it seemed like the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade saga had quieted down, the speculation is heating up once again. Now, according to NBA insider Shams Charania, Giannis is still in the process of evaluating his future in Milwaukee. And in his own words, nothing is set in stone.
What is the latest on his future with the Milwaukee Bucks?
So, Pete, I'm looking at the date. We're standing here. It's August 4th, right? Sources tell me there's still nothing set in stone about whether Giannis Antetokounmpo will stay in Milwaukee or whether he will be leaving. And so he's continuing to evaluate his future. I reported it in mid-May that he's evaluating whether his best fit is in Milwaukee or is it elsewhere. And that process is continuing, Pete. There's been some very real conversations over the last week or so. The constant question that Giannis has, though, is, can I win a championship with this roster? Is this roster going to be one for this upcoming year and 2026-27? He wants to win a second championship. So he's asking that question over and over. There are multiple teams waiting in the wings potentially if Giannis this offseason still makes that decision.
Could he have not asked that question in late June, early July before free agency?
This is a very tough decision for him, though. This is 12 years he spent there. There's a lot of equity there. He won a championship there. This type of move isn't going to be easy because this is a Milwaukee Bucks organization. They went out and they stretched and waived Damian Lillard, $113 million. They did that because they wanted to show Giannis, we're doing everything in our power to keep you here.
Now, my mindset on what Shams just said is, I mean, I don't understand. From my this is just my perspective. I don't understand how the Bucks organization, how they think waiving Damian Lillard was the, or what was them basically waiving Lillard was them showing them that, oh, we're all in. This is showing that we're committed to making that better. I don't understand how, especially with the signing of Miles Turner. I'm not saying Miles Turner is garbage, but I just don't understand how the Bucks organization feel like waiving Lillard and bringing in Miles Turner makes Giannis go, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a game changer. I just don't understand that. I don't.
But Giannis Antetokounmpo is the ultimate decider whether he feels this roster is good enough.
So you heard what Shams had to say, and that uncertainty from Giannis is what's fueling the ongoing rumors. Now, the Bucks made a major financial decision by waiving and stretching Damian Lillard's $113 million contract this summer, which I'm sure no one saw coming. But from what I read, that move was reportedly designed by the Bucks to signal their commitment to reshaping the roster and basically showing Giannis that they're all in. So in response to losing Lillard, Milwaukee signed veteran big man Miles Turner, hoping to address their interior defense and add some floor spacing. Now, while Turner is a pretty solid addition, in my opinion, the Bucks' overall roster still doesn't match up with the best in the NBA. And with the Eastern Conference essentially wide open this upcoming season, particularly with Boston dealing with Jason Tatum's injury, the Achilles injury, and the Indiana Pacers facing the same scenario with Tyrese Halliburton. I wanted you guys to hear that part real quick. Listen. Giannis is, in my opinion, top 3 in the league. And his mindset is, this is the best chance to win it. This is our best chance to win a championship, especially in the 2025-26 season when you have Jason Tatum down, Tyrese Halliburton down. Although Jason Tatum, he seems to be ramping up very quickly, but it takes about a year, I guess, to get back to, for any person who endures an injury like an Achilles tear, it takes them at least a year to get back, to who they once was. So I'm not going to sit here and say just because Tatum will be back possibly, hopefully, before his predicted timetable, then, but still, I'm pretty sure Giannis is thinking, man, this is the best chance. But with this roster, the fact that he's questioning his roster, even knowing that Jason Tatum and, the Indiana Pacers, the Celtics are going to be down, I think that speaks volumes. I mean, we'll see, but if you're a Bucks fan, man, I'd be sweating right now. Burton, Giannis is basically left wondering whether Milwaukee has the pieces to capitalize at least this upcoming season as well as the next. So it's a difficult situation because Giannis spent his entire 12-year NBA career with the Bucks, delivering them a long way to championship in 2021 and building deep roots in the city. I mean, he's been loyal since day one. But this is the first time that loyalty appears to be on pause. Now, earlier this summer, rumors flared up for the first time in Giannis' career that he was open to a potential departure, and multiple teams began to position themselves as suitors, with the Houston Rockets leading the way briefly before landing Kevin Durant, though some believe they might still keep the door open for a Giannis pursuit. Can you imagine the Rockets being able to pull off landing Giannis while also retaining Kevin Durant and somehow keeping their young guys, some of their young guys? Like one of the Thompson twins are on the Rockets, so you keep him. That'd be fucking insane. The New York Knicks were another rumored destination until Mikal Bridges' looming contract extension suggested a pivot away from chasing another superstar. Now, in the aftermath of all those rumors, Bucks president Peter Fain publicly shot down any trade speculation, saying, quote, "We kind of laugh internally. It's where we've been for 10 years. Giannis loves Milwaukee. Milwaukee loves Giannis. We're in a good place, and we feel great about it. It's business as usual." Now, insiders reportedly claimed there was no market for Giannis, not because there was no interest, but because no team believed Milwaukee would ever seriously entertain offers. But obviously now the conversation is shifting again, and the fact remains that this Bucks latest roster still lacks a true co-star at the elite level. And while Turner's arrival helps, it's not the kind of seismic addition Giannis may have been hoping for. So ultimately the decision rests. Yeah, man. So basically, I mean, it all comes down to whether Giannis wants to stay or leave, you know? So um I guess the takeaway from today's video on this topic is, what do you guys think about this? Do you think Giannis is going to stay with the Bucks? Or do you see a situation where, you know, he feels as though maybe this isn't the best situation for my career, and maybe it's time for a change, you know, going to a different franchise to chase championships. So let me know what you guys think about that, man. I'm out.